Radiant team ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. This is Game 3 of the GosuCup America semifinal game between GraTs, ThO, and Team Rat in the Dark. Team Rat in the Dark, of course, with the first ban now, deciding to ban out the Keeper of the Light. Looking to be a pretty decisive and pretty evenly skilled game match so far, actually. Unfortunately, the first game was a little bit of a disconnection issue, meaning that Team Rat would get the first game. Game 2 was a lot closer of a game for sure. GraTs, though, picking that one up. And here we are now. Batrider, of course, being the second ban, kind of, a hero you never want to see in the pool at all. It's almost always one of the first two bans.
Yeah, along with the Nyx Assassin. Interesting.
And, of course, that hero.
Yeah. Interesting that Keeper of the Light has actually been banned by every first pick so far that we've casted today. Teams just really don't want to go up against it, but feel it's not strong to take as a first pick.
I mean, the kind of drafting style has gone back to sort of 2010 type era where you'd have 3v3 lanes almost constantly. Normally they are in the bot lane, of course. It's just such a good hero in 3v3 situations, as well as just counter pushing and being able to get its farm up almost instantly whenever it wants to, because of the fact that, I mean, with enough levels in Chakra Magic as well as his Illuminate, he never really has to leave.
Wisp first picked here. That leaves a few very good heroes up. Namely the Lifestealer and the Darkseer.
Yeah.
And the Shadow Demon. We've seen Shadow Demon first picked quite a bit lately. One of just a very strong supports.
Yep. I mean,
seconds remaining.
Pretty much a lot of Flavor of the Month heroes left with that Lifesteal, as well as kind of the Shadow Demon, if you will call him a Flavor of the Month hero. Undying, of course, is also still left in the pool. Just a really strong hero in terms of 3v3 engagements. They do pick up the Lifestealer as well as the SD.
Team pick.
Really solid pickups as well. They don't really show anything about their laning. However, with Boogie and the rest of his team, you kind of see that Wisp generally in a safe lane, tri-lane situation.
Of course, something to point out is that Lifestealer actually hasn't won in this series yet, despite being in every single game.
That's actually quite interesting.
Chaos Knight, just to go with that Wisp, really. Just such a good combo in the mid-game, being able to teleport and get those kills on pretty much anyone who's alone.
Yep. Just works so well with the Wisp tether as well. Once you Reality Rift, it's pretty much guaranteeing the tether to stun. Darkseer, of course, being the other pickup here, really strong hero in terms of just they might decide to just have it in the long lane, just go with this more safe and standard Wisp, say CK and something else, maybe in the safe lane. Of course, their lanes aren't really cemented either. You could just as easily run that Darkseer mid and have maybe an aggressive lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Could potentially even see a dual mid with this Wisp and the Chaos Knight, because if you go bottom and you don't have something to go, a really strong support to go with that Wisp, you might run into an aggressive tri-lane that's going to be a lot stronger than your tri-lane, because Wisp is a terrible laner, doesn't really offer anything. Tether isn't that good, because the only way it guarantees a stun is if someone gets in close. And that's risky.
We'll see what the final pick here is. It's going to be Clinks, actually. That's pretty surprising. That pretty much kind of lets the other team know their lanes right off the bat.
Yeah.
Generally, you'll see Clinks in the solo safe lane, as well as then most likely having an aggressive tri-lane with that Lifestealer, as well as Shadow Demon and one more hero. Of course, I say this like it's most likely what's going to be the case in terms of laning, but you can always outlane your opponent if you know what they're thinking as well. So we'll see what happens. I mean, GraTs, though, kind of did that to us, right? They offlaned their Bane in the second game.
Yeah,
and it worked out very well as well. The combo play from Sleazel, as well as Elite in the mid lane playing the Magnus, was really good, and it allowed them to get a really nice early positioning from both of those heroes.
Yeah, they just kind of decided to shut down both solo lanes, rotating between them, using their ultimates very smartly, and managing cooldowns very intelligently. And it allowed them to snowball quite heavily.
Yep. Lina going to be the first ban, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a Lestrak ban as well. Just heroes that can combo incredibly well with that Shadow Demon, as well as the Lifestealer, just to have a really nice burst damage tri-lane.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna see. Might see an Undying, either banned or picked up by Rat in the Dark here. Same kind of goes for Jakiro, although you wouldn't really want to pick Jakiro in that tri-lane, because then you would have such low range heroes that you might run into some issues with farming.
Yep, it's going to be banned actually again.
Yeah.
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised to see Undying either banned or picked. I don't think it has that much of a it's not that strong in either lineup for the time being, at least. Maybe in GraTs' lineup, but I'd rather have a nice kind of secondary initiation once the disruption is used by that Shadow Demon instead of having the Undying there. We'll see what they decide to do, though. It is actually going to be banned as well, so...
Yeah.
And a Lone Druid almost instantaneously banned. They don't want to have that 1v1 situation with a Clinks against a Lone Druid, I guess.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense. Should also be for an upcoming mid lane. Lone Druid does go into any lane pretty much, so it's kind of hard to pick their brains on that one.
Yeah, more often than not, though, you'd see the Darkseer step up to the mid and then have the Lone Druid solo safe, if that was to be the case. And it's a pretty interesting ban, once again, just because of the fact that they do have that Lifestealer, who does very well against the Lone Druid. Leshrac being the final ban, of course, with the same kind of thought process that the Lina ban was, in the sense that they have a really nice combo with the Shadow Demon and a really nice burst potential in their tri-lane, and just generally really strong hero, Leshrac.
Yeah. I wonder what the last ban here is going to be from GraTs, though. Both teams kind of banning out supports here. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a Rubik ban, but I would imagine... I don't know, actually. Well, GraTs wouldn't really want to pick it up, because they already have that Shadow Demon, and it doesn't really combo that well with it. Queen of Pain banned out.
Radiant team pick.
Templar
Yeah, pretty
Assassin,
interesting.
maybe?
They played it last game, so I mean, and it combos pretty well with the Darkseer once again, so... It could be a ThO pickup.
They do like
it's
the
kind of
triple carry
hard
lineup. They do like that.
I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical about ThO just because if it is a dual lane mid with that Chaos Knight, maybe even with the Wisp, it's going to be really hard for ThO to do anything in that lane.
Also, she doesn't really lane that well against Darkseer,
10
so...
seconds remaining.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
It wouldn't be awful in Rat in the Dark's hands.
No, that's true, actually.
Reserve
Yeah.
time.
However, if Clinks gets a fast orchid, it's kind of easy to shut him down if he doesn't have his refraction up in time. So we'll see what they do decide to pick up. The Clinks pick right now, it's really early for a Clinks pick, first of all. So it allowed Rat in the Dark to kind of get their thought processes going. They do decide to pick up a Bane early, actually. Once again, using this Bane against Lifestealer that we saw in Game 2, it did a really good job in shutting down the Lifestealer last game with the Enfeebles.
Yeah, just not being able to purge the Enfeeble with Rage anymore makes Bane a much better pick against Lifestealer. On top of that, BKB stun in the Fiend's Grip.
Yep.
5
we'll
seconds
see how they
disable
decide to lane
is so
him.
big.
Most likely going to be as a support role this time rather than the
10
off lane
seconds
that we
remaining.
pretty much never see, but we did see last game. Sleazel playing that too,
Five.
very well. Brewmaster going to be the most likely mid lane
Radiant
hero
team.
for
Yeah.
Team GraTs, though. Pretty good synergy. I mean, they have a really strong early to mid game. Not only that, but if Clinks gets the appropriate farm, he's going to probably be picking up an Orchid in the first maybe 17 minutes of the game or so, and that'll really let him start roaming around the map to great effect. They can really take the team fights to Team Rat in the Dark rather than having it brought to them with that Wisp ultimate.
It'll be
10
interesting to
seconds
see if
remaining.
Rat in the Dark decide to pick up another mid hero or pick up an off lane hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Or maybe even another support, going back to that Bane last game. They have a lot of versatility right now, I feel. But I think that Bane is going to be in the tri-lane, and they're going to pick a mid hero right now.
Yep, could very well be.
Yeah.
It is actually going to be that case. It's going to be the Night Stalker against the
Dire
Brewmaster. A
team
pretty
pick.
classic matchup in that regards in the mid
Yeah.
lane. One that I would say, I don't know, personally I feel like I'd much rather be in the Brewmaster's position
Yeah.
than the Night Stalker in that matchup. We'll see how it ends up going, though.
If only because it's more annoying for the Night Stalker. It might not just be hard, but it's just annoying to play against the Brewmaster in the mid lane.
Yep.
Disruptor picked up.
I really like that pick. Perfect pickup as well. Just to deal with the potential Wisp tether as well as relocates going on. If as soon as you see it, you can just glimpse one of them back and deal with a free kill potentially. In team fights as well, just getting that static storm off as well as the kinetic field combination with it is really strong too. It's going to be really interesting to see how they are going to play it. And speaking of which, we will go into who's playing what. For GraTs on the Dire, we have Brock Lee Dota, one of the best names in the NA Dota scene, playing that
Prepare for
Disruptor.
battle.
Defect is going to be playing the Shadow Demon. Elite is going to be on that Brewmaster in the mid lane. He did a great job in the mid lane in the last game playing that Magnus. Sleazel going to be playing the Clinks. So it actually looks like, yep, he's going to be running into that solo safe position. And finally, we have FOS, the carry player for Team GraTs, though. He's going to be playing the Lifestealer.
And on the Radiant side, for Team Rat in the Dark, we have Boogie, the captain, hitting up the support role once again, playing Wisp this game. Kind of showing that he's very versatile. He plays a lot of good support heroes, and very well. Sifla playing this Chaos Knight, gonna be the tri-lane carry once again. JRX or Jerax playing the Bane Elemental, kind of the second support, as they have shown that they're kind of sticking to their roles. Spin on the Darkseer, moving up towards the off lane. That's where he's been in every single game so far, so doesn't really surprise me. And Lapise on the Night Stalker in the mid lane once again. Going for the fast bottle build.
Oh man, you see that Wisp tether as well, just to clear up this the forest here in the bot lane. Just to make sure that they know they have the vision. Yep. Good play. Smart play coming out from him.
Yeah. Also, it kind of protects their pull a lot. We talked about in the first game how it's a bit of a double-edged blade, but I think it comes out in a pretty big advantage for the Radiant side, because it protects their pull. If you go to pull, you're gonna see when the enemy team shows up like this way. You're just gonna be able to see it due to this.
Yep. That was actually pretty scary. If the rune had spawned on the bot lane, Bane may have found himself in some trouble, because all three heroes in this aggressive tri-lane were just sitting there on that cliff waiting for a rune to spawn, because they did have the ward vision as well. They tried a sentry, but it doesn't look like an observer ward has been placed yet. Oh man, the reality rift as well. Level 1 reality rift, not gonna be a stun. Nightmare going off onto the disruptor. Shadow Demon running for his life right now, but the tether as well as the shockwave from the neutral creep is gonna do a lot of damage. He's gonna try to get killed by these neutrals. Is he gonna get out? Nice tangos as well. Is he gonna get out? That really is the question. It doesn't seem like it. The last hit going to the Chaos Knight. He gets the first blood. Nice play from the Radiant there.
Definitely. Pretty cheeky play to try to eat through the trees and get out. But didn't work. Very close though. But just that move speed from the Wisp tether proved to be too much.
Man, this is why it's so annoying to play against.
Yeah, I was just gonna point out as well.
Spam of Drunken Haze. It's just level 1. It's already a 45% mischance. It's just, it's pretty painful. He's used it 3 times because he has his bottle coming. He's gonna be able to bottle up. And look at that. Look at this Night Stalker. He's at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 in terms of last hits and denies, as well as kill death assist. Here comes the Darkseer. Top lane, this is exactly what you want to be doing as a Darkseer if you expect the solo safe lane. Cutting the creep wave almost instantly, forcing Clinks to farm under his tower. He's sitting at 5-0, but of course Darkseer's at 9-0 already.
Oh, look at this
bot lane though, looks like there's going to be some action. They managed to get the Shadow Demon once again, as well as a 2-second stun. Disruption going off onto the Chaos Knight, but the last hit gets picked up by the Bane. Wisp running for his life right now, but he's going to be okay in the end. They look like they're going to try to go onto this Lifestealer. Are they going to be able to get this? Doesn't seem like it. Wisp, of course, using both his healing salve and his clarity potion to make sure that the Chaos Knight gets as much as possible.
Night Stalker's actually got his bottle now in the mid lane, so there's going to be a lot of bottle crowing going on, just to make sure that he can actually spam that void to get creep kills, because as we saw earlier, with that mischance from Drunken Haze, he's not going to be able to last hit very well.
Yep. No rune ward for the Radiant right now, actually. They're choosing to hold on to one of their observer wards. The Wisp has it right now, which kind of means that the Night Stalker's in a little bit of a situation for gathering runes. Dire, on the other hand, of course, know exactly where the rune is with their ward there. It also means that the sentry's kind of useless for Team GraTs, though, right now. But this bot lane's not working out too well for them, and they're actually in full retreat right now. I wonder what they're doing here. Could they be looking for a smoke gank this early on?
Could be. Yep, looks like they are.
Rotating up into potentially to the top lane, actually. We'll see where they decide to go. There comes a ping. Pinging the Darkseer, actually, is the Chaos Knight, and he's backing off pretty wisely. They know that no one's there, as well as they saw the full retreat coming out because of that nice observer ward placement by the Wisp, by Boogie there on his Wisp.
Important to point out is that Disruptor is getting 7 experience away from level 2. That's another spell for him to use. Thunderstrike isn't really going to give him that much killing potential. I mean, it's a good nuke, it does a lot of damage on level 1, but you typically want to have kinetic field or glimpse.
Look at the mid lane, a lot of damage being taken by this Night Stalker. He gets about 3 attacks off, the Void turnaround, but he's going to be okay. I thought he was looking to be aggressive there, but it seemed alright in the end. Darkseer rotating back into the jungle. Perfect rotation. This is exactly what he needs to do. They were in full understanding that the supports had roamed top, as well as the Lifestealer roaming into the jungle.
Such a cheeky play right there with the Thunderclap.
I didn't see what happened.
Brewmaster activated his haste rune and ran in under the tower with Thunderclap. got Crippling Fear, I believe it's called, right? Yeah, Crippling Fear. Straight away, pretty much afterwards, and voided.
4-minute rune's going to be spawning on the bot lane. Doesn't seem like anyone's going for it though. Actually, did I miss it? The 4-minute rune.
Must have been a haste.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think no, we could have been no.
Is there no 4-minute rune being spawned right now, or is it just me?
Well, it must have been a haste rune then.
Yeah, it must have been the haste.
Yeah.
Okay.
The time. Well, he must have used it pretty much the second he picked it up. Then, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
Would make sense with the bottle crowing going on.
Maybe. But Darkseer, I mean, really efficient there. As soon as he realized that he went into the jungle, and they're just, making use of the situation. The fact that everyone had to roam top because their aggressive tri-lane just didn't work out well at all for them. Unfortunately, it was 2-0 before they decided that, so Chaos Knight's sitting at 1-0-1 as well as 17 CS. Not actually that much CS, but making his way up there. Darkseer doing quite well for himself, as well as the Clinks, pretty much free farming now.
And the Clinks is just getting ready to go for that Orchid. All standard, really. You never really see Clinks buying anything else because it's such a core item on him.
Yep. He has his first Oblivion staff picked up as well, so getting a bit closer. It's gonna be pretty early.
Rich courier with the double bottle. Oof.
Yep, double bottle crow.
Double bottle crow. You see that a
Tranquil
lot
boots
from
picked up
them,
by the
actually.
Darkseer now.
Sorry.
The Tranquil boots now picked up by the Darkseer, so he's gonna be a lot
Radiant's top tower
more
is
safer,
under
a little bit
attack.
faster as well. Just shouldn't ever have to leave wherever he is. Wow, that's a lot of observer wards being picked up. 4 observer wards now on the Disruptor. They really want to have this 6-minute timing be pretty much as useless as possible for this Night Stalker, now that it is nighttime. Being really safe here.
But it's important to point out that they weren't placed before the nighttime. Typically, you want to place the wards just before the nighttime so that you're already safe. Going to place wards right now isn't actually that safe for them. I mean, we see this ward. This is basically just to cover TPs,
Dire's
but
bottom tower is under
honestly,
attack.
this isn't a ward that they probably want to have optimally. I don't know. I feel as if you probably want to get those wards up 30 seconds before 6 minutes in.
Potentially, yeah. It seems like it'll be
look
okay.
at mid lane,
for ThO.
actually.
Yep,
Dire's
mid lane. He's going to
bottom
engage
tower
onto this
is
Night
under
Stalker using his
attack.
ultimate, of course. They get the stun off onto the Night Stalker as well. Is he going to lift him in the air? No, they're actually in full retreat now. Brewmaster gank gone a little bit wrong there. It does make sure that the Night Stalker is very low as well. He does pick up a haste rune in the bot lane though, so that's going to be pretty important. But at the very least, that Brewmaster ulti, while it didn't kill
Dire's
him,
bottom
would have
tower
forced him
is
back
under
if there wasn't a
attack.
rune bottom for him. He's searching now.
Oh, he's gonna try to go for this Brewmaster, I think. The Brewmaster was very, very low when he came out of that ultimate, but bottled up, should be fine.
Pinged as well, just due to the fact that they have so much wording up
Yeah.
for them. Look at the words. Anywhere they expect themselves to be. There is no word on the bot lane, but that's because there's already 3 heroes there. They don't really want to force an engagement on the bot lane right now. The Dire, I mean, so there shouldn't really be a hero there for now. They look like they're going to go onto this Brewmaster in the mid lane though, but he backs off pretty wisely because if the clap was up in another couple of seconds, Night Stalker would have gone down.
Dire's bottom tower is
Oh
under
man, look how
attack.
neck and neck this is. Is he gonna get the
Radiant's
void
top
off?
tower
You
is
gotta be
under
really
attack.
careful right now.
Dire's
Oh
bottom
man,
tower
running
has
for his life now
fallen.
decides this is a terrible idea.
Radiant
Defect ran the
structures
wrong
are
way unfortunately.
fortified.
Must have been a waypoint from his teleport, which means that he doesn't get the disruption off onto the Night Stalker. On the top lane, Clink's kind of trading a little bit of damage against his Darkseer, but Darkseer of course does have his level 4 Ion Shell, so not a trade you want to be making as this kind of squishy Clinks. He almost has his second Oblivion Staff up as well though, so this
Yeah.
could be as early as an 11 or a 12 minute Orchid.
Kirsten is sitting at Power Trades and a Drum of Endurance right now, which is going to allow him to kind of start with his ganking very, very soon. He just needs a few more levels, and then he's probably going to get going with his Wisp. Of course, the Wisp needs level 6 before actually doing too much work as well.
Dire's
But
top tower is
Once
under
again, a great ward placement by that Disruptor earlier. Sees the fact that the Darkseer as well as the Night Stalker were coming top, and then Clink's wisely backing off.
Radiant's
They see him
middle
come mid
tower
as
is
well,
under attack.
and they actually could go on him. Oh, barely missing him actually in terms of the range of the Disruption yet again. But really shutting down this Night Stalker's ganking in the early game. Oh, a TP into the mid lane.
Dire's top
I believe
tower
that
is
was
under
spotted
attack.
by that Observer Ward yet again. And then the mid lane just wisely backing off into their jungle farming. So GraTs though playing some really great Dota right now. The Observer Wards have been really clutch from Broccoli. Just perfect vision for them. Look at that. There's 4 on the map for them as well. They placed all 4 just to make sure that it was that they have as much vision as possible for this first nighttime. It might be at the expense of having less wards in their upcoming mid game. I guess the 12+ minute marks.
And that's pretty important to note as well, because of course the Chaos Knight and the Wisp are always going to be a threat. While the Night Stalker is pretty much only a threat during the nighttime. It'll be interesting to see if they can actually keep up the vision required to play against that Wisp type of combo.
Yep, because of the fact that the tri-lane had to kind of alleviate from the bottom lane, we do see a lot more of a passive game in this. It is 2-0 in favor of Team Rat in the Dark over GraTs, though, in this Game 3 of the semifinals of the GosuCup Americas. And it's pretty even so far. It's about a 1,500 gold advantage in favor of Team Rat in the Dark, most likely cemented by the fact that they do have a tower as well as 2 kills on for them. And in terms of experience, it's a lot more even, though. Still no boots picked up for the Disruptor.
Yeah.
He's about 30 gold away, though. Getting close.
He did put so much gold into just keeping his team safe during this night time.
There's the Orchid. So a 10-minute Orchid being picked up by Sleazel. Some excellent farming coming out of him. He's sitting at 78 CS in 10 minutes. That is quite massive.
And he's gonna get this tower, I believe. Nope.
It's not in deny range, which is quite important for him. The Bane TPing up. And they do have a sentry there as well, so they know that the Clinks is invis around that area.
But they do not know about the Orchid. They don't know about it.
Yeah, correct. So a little bit more passive still. All 5 heroes for the Dire are up in their jungle and the top and near kind of mid lane. Night Stalker unfortunately being forced to farm during his first nighttime just based on the fact that his first couple of ganks haven't really gone that well. He hasn't died, but at the same time the amount of vision being laid out for the Dire hasn't really let him do anything in this lane. Of course, this does mean that there are 2 lanes being farmed by the Radiant compared to the 1+ jungle from the Dire. Regen picked up by this Night Stalker is going to be bottled pretty much instantaneously. He should most likely get closer to scaling his ultimate in the next level, just so that he does have a nighttime in the next engagement, because it is getting closer to daytime. Interesting tether there by the Wisp, deciding to tether.
Probably just misclicking the creep, actually.
Yeah.
She has a level 6, so I believe that they're just gonna pressure this tower until they have to back off. And when they have to back off, and when their first response is down here, they're gonna go somewhere else to find a kill. They just want to draw attention down here and make sure that nobody can actually respond to when they actually go gang.
Yep, doesn't seem like anyone's responding too much though. I mean, the Disruptor's there, but he's only sitting at level 4. Doesn't have a point in kinetic field either.
Look at mid.
They're actually going onto the mid lane. Yep, Brewmaster forced to use his ultimate as well. He's gonna use his stun onto the Night Stalker and then go pretty much onto this Wisp. Wisp gets disrupted too, so that's 2 seconds where he's down. Chaos Knight really far away. What is he doing there? But does he get out in time? Barely manages to miss. The death goes on the Chaos Knight. He was killed by the Dire though somehow. So gold being split by 4 heroes. Pretty interesting. Quite unfortunate. He was only 1 second away from living. He went really far deep by himself though. That was pretty unexpected.
Yeah, kind of deciding to chase the already raged lifestealer right there. Kind of a misplay. He didn't even get the stun off on him before he raged, so
top tower is under attack.
Yep.
probably should have just turned around and ran for it. But
Wisp farming alone in the bot lane, forcing some responses. An Invis picked up by the Brewmaster, but his ultimate's down for another 2 minutes plus, so he isn't really going to be looking for some action yet, unless there's extra hands in this gank, potentially with the Shadow Demon. Disruptor getting some farm now though. I mean, he's only at 4 CS right now, but he is in this bot lane and controlling it relatively well too. So good play by him.
yeah,
It seems like the Wisp and CK want to go on this though. They don't want to let him farm alone. And the TP support's going to be a little bit delayed. But it is pinged out. Nope, not yet.
no, that's
But
by
Disruptor knows
Piggy.
something's wrong. So good play by him. They're staying together. Wisp ultimate is up. Just waiting to see who they want to go on right now. Might actually end up being in the mid lane. Deciding against it though.
Oh,
They're
look
going
at
on to the top lane actually. Klink's being slept, as well as the stun and the reality rift. They're doing so much damage to him. Is he going to get away though? If he gets away, that's a big issue. And Bane ends up getting the last right click. So important kill there by the Bane, as well as the TP gank onto this Klinks. That's his 2nd death of the game actually.
Very good sentry ward placement from Jerax right there. Recognizing that, hey, my team is gonna TP and I can actually go on this. Just very well played. Setting that up
Yep.
perfectly.
Yep, really important play so far.
Oh.
Do you see those 2 sentry wards? Is that strange? They're placed at about a minute and a half away from each other.
Yeah, Guess
Pretty
it's
funny.
A panic, I guess.
Maybe.
Here's beer in your
Oh. You know, just a Drunken Haze. He has 4 levels in that Drunken Haze. 75% miss chance and a 26% movement slow. It's pretty annoying.
Yeah, you're
See-
not gonna be farming with that on.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're a
How
professional
many
gambler.
times are you gonna miss?
I mean, look at the CS difference. It's 24 CS difference as well. That's pretty substantial for the Brewmaster.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Do you see that clap in the mid lane?
No, I missed it, but I heard it.
He just clapped the disruptor. same team. You know, a friendly
Dire's
clap. A
bottom
clap on the
tower
back,
is
if you
under
will.
attack.
Every now and then, you just gotta give him the clap.
Oh, Illusion Rune picked up by the Wisp. We might see the dumbbell style of tethering yourself.
Oh, look at the mid lane.
Yep. Are they going to go on this? Drunken Haze being used, as well as the silence from the Clinks, and the clap hits him as well. He's really slowed, and an easy pick off for the Clinks. Oh, but the Wisp is actually coming with the Chaos Knight. They're going to get a nice vacuum onto 4 heroes as well. The Brewmaster ultimate being used in response. They're going to continue to go on this Clinks. He's getting pretty low, but the Wisp taking a lot of damage as well. 1 second away, and he goes down right before he gets out. So important kill there too. But on the other hand, they do pick up the Shadow Demon, and Lifestealer is running for his life right now. Ion Shell being used onto this Night Stalker, but oh man, a Fiend's Grip being used onto the Brewmaster on the other hand. He's gonna get away okay. He has no mana. Nice block attempt. Oh, doesn't seem like he's gonna get the block off, but there's a Nightmare up. He doesn't use the Nightmare, unfortunately, but there is no mana for this. He pops his wand, and is he gonna get the TP out? Doesn't look like it. Important kill yet again. Clinks in the background, just trying to potentially help his teammate out, but isn't able to do it. The score is now 7-3 with that pick off onto that Brewmaster by the Bane. Good Fiend script there, making sure he gets the full 5 seconds as well as getting an important pick off onto that Brewmaster. Looks like they're going onto the Night Stalker though. Is he going to be able to go down for the second time? It looks like he is, but the Chaos Knight here, as well as the nice tether by the Wisp, they don't manage to get the Clinks there, even though he was dusted. A glimpse actually by the Disruptor forces him pretty far back. TP is coming into the mid lane. They want to continue this action. A rage being forced by this Lifestealer. Are they going to dive though? That is the question.
Like it.
Yeah. Oh man, look how fast he melted. That was pretty insane. They don't have the ultimate though. They are going to go this Chaos Knight using his ultimate and trying to go on this Shadow Demon, but instead they actually decide to change their target onto Sleazel. Sleazel on the Clinks goes down to the Bane. He's doing pretty well in getting these pickoffs, but at the same time he's died 3 times.
Yeah. And I mean, that's since getting the Orchid. Because he went...
Have you seen how aggressive this Chaos Knight's been playing though? Man, he is diving head first in.
Yeah.
And that Wisp, like, kind of took the toll there, getting pretty much 3-shot by the Clinks.
Yep. Well, I mean, if you can get the kills and then get out, even if you get out on low HP, it's obviously worth it.
Yep. Still a really close game. It's about a 1,500 gold advantage as well as a 3,000 experience advantage in favor of the Radiant. But, I mean, the Clinks is farming relatively well. Lifestealer is only going to get stronger. So it's really anyone's game. Is that a phase boots going to be picked up on that Clinks? That's pretty interesting. Normally you'd see Trads.
I mean, he did go for the... Oh, could that just be for the Crystallis, I guess?
That would be really interesting.
Yeah, because he does have a belt of strength, and I don't think that's going to be for anything other than treads.
That's true.
I mean, I don't imagine we're going to see a Necrobook Clinks.
You never know.
Well, he did buy a bunch of stat items last game. Sleazel, a fan of those
And it's working for him.
Yeah, I guess.
Working. But I mean, yeah, it's more than likely going to be for Crystallis and then having the treads. Oh, it looks like a Wisp ultimate. They're going to go onto this Brewmaster. They managed to pick him off before he can use his ultimate as well. They might actually go continue here. Oh, no, deciding just to run around in circles a little bit in front of that outer tower for the Dire before going in and trying to take it. Good Wisp ultimate just to secure the kill as well. Sleazel's in a little bit of a scary place. There is a sentry ward there.
Speaking of scary place,
He's moving really
Boogie.
slowly.
Boogie's in a very scary place right now. He's probably gonna run straight into Sleazel here.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh,
And they're all running away now though. They know that everything's kind of scary in the mid lane. Nice rage though by the Lifestealer just to cancel that reality rip from the Chaos Knight to make sure he wasn't going to get ganked. Apart from that, just a pick off on the Brewmaster and a tower. Just kind of a, I wouldn't say snowballing, but just getting their advantage into a better position, I guess.
And I mean, Sleazel hasn't really been doing anything on Clinks for a few minutes now. He's actually dropped quite a bit in the gold per minute. Oh, speaking of Sleazel.
No. Just forcing the Windwalk. But
Yeah.
now Chaos Knight might actually get engaged upon. This is a really scary place for him to be. There was a lot of TPs being forced there. And he sees the Brewmaster. He must know something's up. Actually getting slowed by the Shadow Demon as well as Orchid. He's going to go down. A nice kill. Being picked up by the Clinks there. Good
And I
play.
think this bottom tower is in a bit of trouble right now. Without Chaos Knight, it's pretty scary to actually try to defend this. The Brewmaster ulti is up, and it is level 2, so I don't think they're going to be able to hold this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They are going to fortify though, and they are moving as if they do want to defend this. A nice observer ward being placed by Defect though catches the movement of both the Darkseer as well as the Bane. So a couple of heroes being backing off now. Oh, are they going to go onto this Clinks? They vacuum him up as well as a nice Fiend Script as well. But the clap as well as the ultimate. Nice Orchid though coming out. Actually no, that was the ultimate from the Disruptor. They're going to switch targets onto the Shadow Demon. Are they going to be able to get him? Nice Reality Rift onto the Shadow Demon. A stealth disruption though, as well as a sleep onto the Disruptor. Shadow Demon goes down pretty much instantly, and now they switch onto the Disruptor. It doesn't seem like the Brewmaster ultimate's doing too much right now. Fortunately for him though, he gets away. The Brewmaster didn't really have anything to do there. I mean, he was using his ultimate and he was doing pretty well in terms of...
Oh, look at Jerax. Look at Jerax right now.
Yeah. Oh man, that early gem has really helped them out.
Yeah.
They need to get that silence off now. Oh, they don't even need it actually, deciding to use the Chaos Bolt from this Chaos Knight to get the kill.
And they're just
That gem has been pretty much 2 important kills, I guess. The first one, did Clinks actually end up going down there and buyback? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so, but I'm not quite sure.
But the engagement, no, he didn't actually. His I forgot Bane's ultimate was cancelled. But I mean, it forced the engagement, and it was a really bad engagement for GraTs though. Let them, the Radiant team, get a pretty nice win there, and then the kill on the Clinks pretty much cemented.
And I really like this free Roche that they're getting right now. With that gem, they know that there's no wards covering this right now, and getting that kill on Clinks pretty much just guarantees that there's nobody's gonna actually mess with them.
On top of that, Brewmaster ultimate's down.
Yeah.
They know it was just used. It was a level 2 ultimate, so the cooldown's a little bit lower, but not by much.
No.
And they look to continue this advantage. Blink forward as well as a clap down. That's a pretty interesting, aggressive play there coming out of the Brewmaster, considering he doesn't have his ultimate up. But, I mean, if you want to engage on someone, you want to engage on someone other than Brewmaster for the most part, as the Radiant, as he is one of the tankier players on that team.
Armlet has just been delivered to the left seater, so I mean they might use this as a bit of a timing to do a few pushes. Probably looking to get this mid tower because he's already pretty low, so they probably want to get it down.
Yep, most likely. Is Night Talker going to get picked off though? That is the question. He's kind of in a scary area right now. Well, he uses his Invis room.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh man, the Bane moving forward really scared that Clinks. Forced to use his Windwalk almost instantly there. And yep, his treads are picked up, as we talked about before, so he is going to use that Blades of Attack for the Crystallis. That is, of course, the correct play. I don't know what I was thinking about the phase boots.
Well, I mean, it could have been. You never really know. But it does make sense to get the treads. Obviously, you just want the tankiness, and the attack speed is very useful as well. Even though you do have strafe, you still need the attack speed.
Plate Mail being picked up by the Darkseer. Is he going to go into that Shiva's? More than likely going to be the case here. As well as the Ograx for the Chaos Knight. So he's getting a little bit closer to his BKB. Sitting at about only 1,000 gold away. And they're going to get pretty much a free mid tower because of this. And it goes to the Wisp actually. It's going to help him out a little bit. He actually picked up a Ghost Scepter. That's really early.
Yeah.
Considering, I mean, it makes sense considering how fast Clinks can pretty much 3-shot him.
Tower is under attack.
This Wisp is actually really farmed. Sitting at 200 gold per minute, with an urn and a bottle and a Ghost Scepter? Jesus.
Yep. Taking a look at the gold per minute, actually, it's quite favorable for the Radiant, and it's kind of mirrored in the gold per minute graph. Sorry, the gold graph.
Look at
sitting
the
at around 7,500.
Oh. Left seater makes it out okay.
Yep. Close. But smart play from him, reaching the TP.
Yeah.
Smoke coming out from the Dire in their own base, actually. That's a pretty safe smoke. It's not going to be seen by the Radiant, that's for sure.
Interesting darkness usage here.
Dire's bottom tower
Kind of
is under attack.
signaling that they want to fight straight away, pretty much. They're gonna roam up towards Sleazel on his clicks right now.
Yep.
But
They know they're there though too.
Oh, yeah, look at
and
the
they're
smoke.
smoked. That's the thing. So they want to have a really good positioning. Look how the Dire are positioned. They're not running like gung ho towards the Radiant. They're just making sure that they're safe under their tower. And if it's going to be an engagement, it's going to be an engagement that favors them.
look at this courier. That is amazing. For the Dire.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. Chaos Knight's getting closer and closer to his Black King Bar. I really want to see him pick it up before they fight. He's only about 200 gold away now. I really want them to do that. I mean, they might just force the pressure onto the top lane, but with a BKB, he's just that much stronger.
Look at this very defensive positioning from GraTs though. Really not taking any chances. But
And they
feel
don't
as
really
if-
have much... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I feel as if they probably want to defend this tower, or at least put an effort towards it, but I guess not.
Yeah, deciding against it. It might be due to the fact that they don't have any vision in this area. I mean, their only ward is kind of an aggressive jungle ward coming out of them. So they're kind of in the dark in terms of their jungle as well as the top lane. Could have been the reason why.
Yeah, and that kind of comes down to the early gem pickup on this Bane. 7 and 0 and 4 as a support Bane.
Wow.
Jesus, GRX is playing really, really well.
I mean, both Banes we've seen in Game 2 and Game 3 have played it pretty flawlessly. I'm pretty sure Sleazel was 6-0 out of the laning phase.
Yeah, he was.
So really just strong play. And there's the BKB picked up. So they managed to get the tower. They even avoid the engagement, at least until the Chaos Knight gets his BKB. Is Chaos Knight going to go here? Yep, looks like they're going to go onto this bot lane. Dark's here, of course, being the one to TP in first.
Oh.
Pretty interesting. Yep, they managed to get this Chaos Knight. Sorry, the Clinks goes down.
Excellent Wisp usage right there. Or Spirit usage, I should say. Just getting the vision for that Chaos Bolt.
I was surprised that the Bane didn't TP first, as he did have the gem on him, but it wasn't needed. Oh man, are they going to be able to get this? They actually get the Disruptor. He sends back the Night Stalker, but I mean, that's pretty much just let Bane get a full 5-second Fiend's Grip on him, and that's Disruptor going down.
Boogie on a killing spree right now. Actually using his spirits very, very well. Kind of 2 kills in a very short time span.
Yep. I mean, you know this game's going well when your mid hero has about the same gold per minute as your support hero. I mean, it could mean your mid hero's not doing too well, but Night Stalker is doing pretty well. Opting to go for Aghanims first, actually, picking up an Ogre Axe as well as Staff of Wizardry. They want to make this engagement happen onto this mid lane. Using the Chaos Knight ultimate as well, this mid tower is taking quite a bit of damage, kind of forcing an engagement from the Brewmaster, and he can go in whenever he wants. I'm surprised he hasn't gone in yet, though.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for the Clinks to respawn, I believe. And that's a pretty much a free tower going down for the Chaos Knight on the bank of his illusions as well. And they wisely back off as the Chaos Knight illusions have gone down. And his ultimate is on cooldown for another.
They're kind of
30
sticking around,
seconds.
actually.
Yeah, they want to
They
go,
wanna go
actually.
in, they do.
A blink forward and a sleep onto the Clinks. Nice play by that static storm used by by Brock Lee there, but the Brewmaster uses the ultimate off. They end up getting the kill on the Wisp. Wisp buybacks almost immediately. Night Stalker going down as well to the Orchid. Benefision going down pretty low on that Lifestealer. He's gonna barely live on the back of a nice Infest play. That's 3 heroes down right now. They're going onto this Bane. Bane goes down as well. 4 heroes down. And finally this Cyclone Darkseer, this is gonna go down. Nice wall as well as vacuum, but he's gonna go down. Not before taking out that Lifestealer. That was a 5-for-1 engagement. Wisp having the buyback at the end, and Sleazel picks up an ultra kill on his Clinks. Interesting engagement from the Radiant. I didn't expect them to go for that at all, and a little bit of over-aggression, kind of paying the price there.
Yeah, pretty interesting to save the wall until the very last second of that team fight, when pretty much his entire team was already dead. Should have probably looked to try to use it earlier. It is a very, very, very big team fight ulti. And especially when there's the Clinks on the enemy team and a Lifestealer. 2 very heavy right-click heroes. Oh, look at the top lane, actually. Oh,
Yeah,
Boogie
is
in
he
trouble.
actually gonna go? Yep. Oh man, uses his Ghost Scepter. Really nice. That's why he picked it up.
Yeah.
And of course earns himself right back up, so he's pretty much full health again. Might have to wait another 20 seconds for his Ghost Scepter to be off cooldown before he feels safe enough to go back into lane. No mech yet though. Blink Dagger, oh man. That was a pretty random dust usage.
Yeah.
He lost the gem though, so I mean, maybe they expect the Clinks to be around there. Blink backwards by that Brewmaster, trying to evade the Bane's damage. And that's a good play. I mean, if Bane had Bean script him there, he was down, especially considering the Chaos Knight as well as the Night Stalker were just so close.
Yep.
Aghanim is now finished for the Night Stalker. That's going to be really important in terms of just map vision. Having that constant vision during the nighttime is just really strong.
Yeah, and Bane actually picks up a new gem. This is the correct play to make, because a gem together with that Night Stalker Aghanim Scepter is really, really good for denying vision of the enemy team. We actually see Xiao from LGD China Division do that a ton. He does it pretty much every time he plays Night Stalker.
Something important to note, while Cecil did pick up that Ultra Kill, that was Bane's first death. He was 7-0 before that, I believe. So, Klink's just got like a lot of money. He finished up his Crystallis, and now he's only 300 away from his BKB. I'm surprised he didn't get that earlier.
Yeah.
BKB Crystallis.
Being a little bit greedy, but I mean, he got an Ultra Kill last fight, so clearly it paid off.
Yep, in that sense.
Yeah.
They are down pretty much every outer tower, as well as a base tower in the mid lane.
Yeah. But is Klinks really the hero to stop those pushes? I feel as if Klinks is much better to actually preventing pushes rather than actually stopping pushes.
I mean, in that sense, who is your counter pusher on that team?
Yeah,
Is it going to be the Shadow Demon with the poison?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess it's just the looming threat of the Brewmaster that's going to stop pushes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, very good static storm usage in the last team fight. Pretty much stopping any follow-up on that Chaos Knight initiation.
On any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Bane initiation, of course. He was the one who jumped in first.
Barrel of laughs.
Yeah, nice plays. The smoke going just to camp this top lane farming Brewmaster. Unfortunately, it's not gonna. The bait's not gonna work as all of the Radiant team is on the bot lane. Taking a look, it's 31 minutes into the game, about a 7,500 gold advantage in favor of the Radiant. It has kind of dipped down a bit as a result of that last fight, and the experience is a lot more even, sitting at only 3,500 or so. Pings coming out. I'm surprised that the Radiant isn't pressuring the mid lane to force them back right now.
Yeah.
However, Roche is going to spawn in about 5 seconds now, so they could just be waiting for Roshan.
Are they willing to trade the Roche for his tower?
But it could even go more than that. That's the thing. With
Yeah,
Cecil's flaming
exactly.
arrows, they can easily go into potentially take a top Rax too.
Yeah, that's the way I feel as well right here. I don't know if I would actually...
Yep. TP is being forced back.
Yeah,
3
there we go.
TPs right now. 4 TPs now. 5 TPs. Everyone's getting home. Nice vacuum as well. The Shiva's being popped too. The Silence being onto that Darks here, but they send someone back right now. Nice static storm as well. Just catching a Night Stalker though, but a Chaos Knight going forward with his BKB. They managed to pick off the Disruptor. An excellent Fiend Script onto that Klinks. Buys enough time to take him down before Shadow Demon can get his disruption off. Now they're in pretty much full retreat. Going onto the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon gets melted pretty much instantly. Oh man, a nice Rage TP though, keeping him alive. Look at where that Brewmaster is. Managing to find his salvation in the heart of the Radiant base.
Yeah,
and TP's
over
back.
here,
So
I
that was a
believe.
3-for-1 exchange there. An important exchange for the Radiant, as this might let them get the Roshan pretty much unchecked. Klinks is down for about another 40 seconds. He did have his BKB for that fight, so he does not have buyback. Good teleports. And that Shiva's was actually pretty important.
Yeah.
Not only in the slow, but just in the general disruption of that team fight.
Yeah, kind of surprised that they decided to use the Orchid on him. Didn't want to get walled, but which is the correct call, but that means they didn't have the Orchid to use on anyone else in that team fight. And that's pretty big when you're playing Klinks. That's a big chunk of your damage gone.
And Roshan going to be picked up. Chaos Knight gets it in the end. He's sitting at level 15, about half a level away from 16, having that level 3 ultimate, and that's going to be pretty key, having just an extra Chaos Knight doing damage. Oh, what? Okay, Wisp decides to get that free TP back to base.
Oh, okay.
Yep, pretty
Going for
interesting.
that Sage. Going to be going into that Heaven's Halberd. I love that item.
Yep, good item for the Klinks, although he does have a BKB.
Yeah.
So, and Lifestealer does have the Rage, so I mean, it's an interesting item here.
Yeah.
I mean, it does give Wisp damage too, though. Keep that in mind. Wisp is a strength hero.
Yeah.
So
And
not
also, the
terrible.
tankiness isn't bad. The tankiness is always good. The evasion is
Yeah.
actually going to be very useful against Clinks until he gets an MKB, if he does decide
But to
get
be
one.
honest, I think I would have liked the mech better in this situation.
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't know. Oh, but it is picked up by the Darks here. I didn't actually see that in the end. But
Yeah, he's had it for a very long time. But
yeah, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Chaos Knight's still level 15, but they decide, you know what, we can do this on their own. Brewmaster does have his ultimate, his primal split up for this fight. We'll see how they want to engage. This is going to be pretty much up to the Dire to engage here, as the pressure is on them to defend their axes in the mid lane. You know, some preemptive Shadow Poison starting out. Failed Stomp there. I don't know what happened there. And the Fortify is used as a result of that the failed clap by the Brewmaster. They're just taking damage on their towers. I don't know if they want to engage. The silence is going to be picked up, but instant BKB as well as an engagement onto this Clinks. Clinks taking a lot of damage right now.
Oh!
Needs to be going to be used, but the nice play by the Disruptor sending him back. On the other hand, Nightstalker getting dangerously low. He's going to go down first in this fight. Oh man, an excellent vacuum into that Darkseer wall. But the Disruptor going to get out okay, it seems like. And a turnaround potentially onto this Darkseer. Darkseer getting pretty low, but the Chaos Knight turning onto the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's going to get picked off pretty much instantly. It seems like the Chaos Knight's still quite alive in this fight, so he's going to be okay. And they can continue if they want to. Clinks, however, is still alive, but the Life Stealer as well as the Shadow Demon being down for about 40 seconds. Oh, it seems like, oh, nice blink away from the Bane, making sure he doesn't go down to the Orchid from the Clinks. They're gonna back off. They got what they came for, which is the mid-racks.
Oh, they are gonna back off.
Turnaround. Nightmare onto this Disruptor. Disruptor is gonna take a lot of damage right now. And they're gonna continue onto this Clinks. Is Clinks gonna go down? Excellent play there by that Bane, getting that Brain Staff last hit. But a nice play by the Chaos Knight. Reality ripping him to make sure that the Wisp's tether would hit on him. That's gonna be the range racks as well. And this is looking pretty grave for Team GraTs though.
So such well played right there by Rat in the Dark. Just knowing that, hey, we can actually pick these two off as well and then get the range tracks. Not actually playing it that safe because
Radiant's bottom tower
they
is
just
under
wanted to get
attack.
the best possible advantage right there from the team fight.
Yep, Ping's coming out onto the bottom lane just to maybe farm it. I don't know why they're staying in this mid lane.
Radiant's
Oh wow,
bottom
they want to
tower
go.
is
They're
under
blinking up
attack.
as well as nightmaring this Brewmaster. I don't know if this is the best situation though. They are actually going to get him. He is silenced for now, and he's going to go down as well as his Shadow Demon. So that's another 2 kills. Deciding, you know what, we should just stay here. I mean, they're getting a little bit too aggressive in their farming in the mid lane, and we can go on them. And this is going to continue onto this bottom lane. This might be a second Rax as well. It looks like it, as Fortify was used in the last engagement. So 2 Raxes being down, and a GG is called. Sleazel calls it. And Team Rat in the Dark moves on to the finals of GosuCup America number 3. Stay tuned, guys. Finals coming right up.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's agent is under attack. Radiant victory.